Her name slipped out. I couldn't hold it in. I didn't mean to say her name. It wasn't planned. I wasn't trying to confess anything. I was just in the middle of a simple conversation, talking about my day, laughing a little, and then there it was. Her name, right there in the open, out of my mouth, before I even realized what I'd done, and everything just stopped. The person I was talking to went quiet. Maybe they noticed the shift in my voice, the way it softened for that 1 second, like my whole heart leaned forward at the sound of it. Because the truth is, I say her name in my mind all the time, in the quiet, when I'm alone, when I pass places that remind me of her, when I hear songs she once told me about. It's like her name lives in the background of my thoughts, always gently playing like music I don't want to turn off. But this time it slipped, and I didn't try to take it back. Because, honestly, I couldn't hold it in anymore. You can only carry something so quietly for so long before it finds its way out, before your heart speaks on its own, without asking permission. Saying her name out loud felt different, like I was finally being honest, not just with the world, but with myself. Because for all this time, I've been pretending she's just a thought, just a friend, just someone who used to mean something, but she still does, more than ever. Her name didn't just slip because I wasn't paying attention. It slipped because she's in everything, in how I see the world, in how I feel things now, in how I carry hope, even on the quietest days. Her name holds more than letters. It holds memory, softness, a kind of warmth that still lives in me. So no, I couldn't hold it in. Because loving her, even from a distance, even in silence, has become part of me. Since that moment her name slipped out, I've been noticing her everywhere again. Not in the obvious ways, not in photos or texts or places we used to go, but in the little things, the ones no one else would think twice about. Like how a certain scent makes me stop in the middle of a store, or how I'll hear someone say something in her tone, that gentle way she used to speak when she was trying to make everything okay, or how I'll look up from my phone and think she would have laughed at that. She's still here, not physically, not in a way I can reach out and hold, but in me, in the way I react to things now, in the way I've softened, in the way I pause before speaking, because she once taught me that silence can mean safety too. I don't think she ever realized what she was doing. She never tried to leave a mark. She just was herself. And somehow, that became part of the way I live. There are days I wonder if she feels it too. If maybe I slip into her thoughts the way she does in mine. Not as a burden, not as a regret, but as something quiet and good, something that still matters. And maybe that's why her name escaped so naturally. Because I've never really let go, not in the dramatic way people talk about, but in the small, tender way that says, you're still part of my peace. Even when I go days without saying a word, even when no one asks about her, even when I act like I've moved on, the truth is, she left fingerprints on everything soft inside me. And now, when I sit alone and think about what love is, it's her voice I hear, her patience, her kindness, the way she made me feel like I could finally breathe. So yes, I said her name. And maybe next time, I won't wait for it to slip out. Maybe next time I'll say it like I mean it, because I do. I remember the moment I realized I loved her. It wasn't loud. It didn't come with fireworks or a perfect setting. There wasn't music playing. No camera-ready moment. It was quiet. Almost too quiet. The kind of moment most people might miss. But I didn't. We were talking. Not about anything serious. just sharing thoughts about the day, about life, about dreams that didn't even seem that important. She was sitting across from me, not dressed up, not trying to impress anyone, just being herself. And that's when it hit me. I love her, not the idea of her. Her, the real, raw, sometimes anxious, sometimes tired, always gentle, always thoughtful her. The one who overthinks things she cares about. The one who laughs too hard at things most people skip past. The one who listens, really listens, like every word matters. She wasn't doing anything special that day, but I looked at her, and my whole body felt still. Like my heart was saying, this is it. This is where we land. And from that point on, everything changed. I started listening deeper, not just to her words, but to what was behind them. I started noticing how I felt when she was around, lighter, calmer, better. I didn't tell her then, maybe because I was scared, or maybe because part of me thought that moment was too sacred to rush. But inside, something was already decided. Even if I never said it out loud, my heart had already picked her. And it's strange, how love doesn't always arrive like a thunderstorm. Sometimes it walks in like sunlight through a window, soft, slow, unnoticed at first. But once it's there, you wonder how you ever lived without it. She never asked for my heart. She just held space for it, without even trying. And now, I carry that moment with me, still, even now. The moment I lost her, it wasn't loud either. No screaming, no big goodbye, no dramatic walk away. Just space. A distance that showed up slowly, like fog creeping in until you can't see what was right in front of you anymore. At first, I didn't even realize it was happening. I thought it was just life, busy days, quiet moods, missed calls. But then it became more than that. The kind of silence that doesn't feel peaceful. The kind that leaves you sitting there, staring at your phone, wondering if you said too much or didn't say enough. And one day, she was just gone. Not fully, not forever maybe, but not mine anymore. Not the way she used to be. And her absence. It's loud now. Louder than any goodbye she could have said. Louder than any fight we never had. It echoes in the little things. Like when I hear a song and instinctively think she'd love this, but there's no one to send it to. Like when I make dinner and cook a little too much out of a habit I forgot I had. Like when I open up a message thread and scroll through old words just to remember how her voice used to feel in my day. She's not here, but somehow she's everywhere. In the routines, in the places we used to go, in the me I've become because of her. I didn't just lose a person. I lost a rhythm, a softness, a quiet kind of love that held me even when no words were spoken. And now I sit in the spaces she left behind, wondering if she ever thinks about me the way I think about her. If she remembers the sound of my laugh. If she still hears my name in the silence between things. Because even now, even after the distance, her name still lives in me. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if she still feels it too. Not the same way, maybe, not as deep, but just something, a flicker, a pause when someone says my name. A moment of quiet where her heart shifts and thinks, I knew someone who felt like that once. I wonder if she still plays that song we used to talk about. If she still smiles at the part where I told her, that line reminds me of you. I wonder if she ever types a message and then erases it, like I do. If she ever scrolls through old photos and stays on one just a little longer than she meant to. I wonder if there's a version of this story still alive in her, the way there's a version of her still alive in me. And I ask myself, is it too late? Did I wait too long to say the things I held in was silence? My biggest mistake, because the truth is, I never stopped feeling. I just stopped speaking. I thought maybe it would pass, that if I gave her space, she'd come back. Or maybe I'd learn to forget. But forgetting someone like her, that's not possible. You don't forget someone who loved you gently. You don't forget someone who made you feel safe in your own skin. You don't forget the person who quietly rebuilt parts of you you didn't even know were broken. So no, I haven't let go, not really. And sometimes I wonder if maybe, just maybe, her heart is still listening. Even if she doesn't say anything, even if life has moved her forward, even if she thinks I've stopped caring. Because if she ever comes back, if she ever reaches out, even just once, I won't let the moment pass again. If I ever get the chance to speak to her again, for real, not through memories, not through whispered thoughts in the dark, but face to face, heart to heart, I already know what I'd say. No speeches, no trying to explain away the past, no blaming time or distance or silence. Just this: I never stopped choosing you, even when you weren't beside me, even when the world told me to move on, even when I pretended I had. I tell her that her name still lives in my mind like a quiet prayer, that I still remember the way her eyes softened when she talked about things that mattered to her, that I never once found a voice that sounded like home the way hers did. I tell her that yes, I made mistakes. I waited too long. I let fear keep me quiet when I should have spoken. But the love never faded. It just sat there, patient, steady, hoping, not hoping for perfection, not for things to go back to the way they were, just hoping for one more chance to do it right, to listen better, to show up stronger, to hold her closer, not out of fear of losing her, but out of gratitude for having her at all. I tell her she never had to be anything more than who she already was, because that version of her, the real, raw, unfiltered her, was more than enough. And if she asked me, why now? I'd look her in the eye and say, because I finally stopped running from what I knew all along. It was always you.